Hello there and welcome everybody to another video in our series of currency foreign exchanges. In our today's video, we are going to understand what do we mean by direct quote and indirect quotes. Yes, direct quote and indirect quotes are necessary to understand if we need to read a quote particularly. How to read a quote is really very important. Okay, so when we talk of foreign exchange, we usually get the foreign exchange quote like this. Say for example, it is some amount of some currency per some currency. What does this mean? Is that here you have one currency traded for the other currency. In other words, what we can say is, say here some X currency per one currency. Now this currency is different and this currency is different. Now this could be, say for example, $1.35 per unit of euro. So what does this mean? This quote will tell you that you are buying and selling this currency against this currency. So to buy this currency, you will have to pay this much amount of some other currency. So it is nothing but you are buying a currency against the currency. So it is buying and selling of currencies against each other. Here you are not buying any commodity altogether, but here you are actually buying a currency. And this currency, the currency that is written on the right side, is treated as a commodity that is being bought and sold. So if it is say $1.35 per unit of euro, so euro is treated as a commodity which is being bought and sold, and the value of euro is decided in terms of dollars in this case. So what exactly the quote is? The quote is nothing, the exchange rate quote is nothing but the price of one currency in terms of the other. Quote is nothing but the price of one currency in terms of the other. Now to understand what is traded and what is not, it is important to understand the term direct quote and indirect quote. So when it comes to direct quote, what is a direct quote? Direct quote is nothing but when the foreign currency is traded. Okay, now again we'll go to this statement. Say in this case, if this currency, the commodity currency which is being traded, if it is a foreign currency, and this currency, if it is a domestic currency, in case of, say for example, the in US, if this is US dollars and this is euro, then you will call, when in USA, when in America, when this currency that we call as quoted currency is USD and the base currency is some foreign currency, for example euro or pound or INR or something else, then in that case we call this as a direct quote. We call it as a direct quote. Here in a simple statement, direct quote is nothing but when the foreign currency is traded and the price is given in domestic terms. The price is given in domestic terms. Let us have an example. So in India, okay, when you are in India, if 75 rupees is equal to $1, okay, if we know that 75 rupees are needed to purchase $1, that means here the foreign currency is being bought and sold. Dollar is a foreign currency for India. If this is being bought and sold against 75 rupees, which is the domestic currency, then in this case we call it as a direct quote. Okay, so to again reiterate, a direct quote is nothing but when a foreign currency is being bought and sold against the domestic currency, or the quoted currency is domestic currency and the base currency is a foreign currency. In such a case, we call it as a direct quote. Now, opposite to this would be indirect quote. In case of direct quote, we have seen that the foreign currency was traded. In case of indirect quote, we see that the domestic currency is being traded. Yes, the domestic currency is traded. That means the price of a domestic currency per unit of domestic currency is given in terms of foreign currency. The price of a domestic currency is given in terms of foreign currency. Let us continue the same example. Again, being in India, if it is written, now the domestic currency for India is INR, but the value of 1 INR, if it is given in terms of dollars, say for example $0.125 per unit of INR, if this is the way that the currency is quoted, the value. So what do we mean here is that INR, the Indian rupee, is being traded against dollars, and the buying and selling rate of INR are quoted in terms of dollars. Again, quoted currency is dollar and base currency is rupee for India. Okay, this is for India. This is location specific. We should remember this. When in India, if INR is traded for some foreign currency, we call it as indirect quote. However, when in India, when foreign currency is being traded for domestic currency, we call it as a direct quote. So in simple terms, 75 rupees per dollar when a foreign currency is traded for domestic currency, that is a direct quote. And when $0.125 per unit of INR, when domestic currency is being traded for a foreign currency, we call that as indirect quote. Okay, so that's all in this today's video. Let us stop here. Everybody please subscribe to this channel for more updates. Thank you.